Hello, bom dia. This is Fred
Bon
from
dia.
Metal Ops. Bom dia, Andreas. I'm not going to ask you introduce yourself. Everybody on Earth knows you. How are you?
Good, good. I'm here in Sao Paulo, getting ready for our
Yeah.
Australian tour that's starting
Yeah.
in a week or so. Yeah,
Yeah.
we go to Australia for 6 shows.
Oh,
So getting ready for that.
okay. And Europe after? No, not this time. Ginger, it was in
We're
2024.
going to after Australia. We go to the United States and Canada for
Okay.
another month, and
Okay.
then we go to Europe for
Ah,
festivals. Yeah.
okay. I saw you live so many times. So welcome to MetalOps TV, metalops.com. You can subscribe to the channel. I wanted to know how do you feel for the promotion of this new EP? Because it's a bit special. It's the end of a cycle, end of story, but at the same time, you make the effort to make the promotion of this EP. 4 tracks. It's called The Cloud of Unknowing. So, what's your feeling? You're happy? You're excited, or a bit nostalgic also? And could you quickly make a statement about Sepultura? Because honestly, when I was surprised, there is promotion for that, and honestly, everybody thinks that it was you stopped to tour and to produce some new records. So, could you make a statement about the calendar and
Well, I mean, when we
and your
announced
feeling?
the farewell tour,
Yeah, 2024
2 years ago, almost 3 years ago. I
with
mean,
Ginger.
we announced that it's going to be open, but I mean, we
Yeah,
know we are dying. Sepultura is stopping, right?
okay,
So we're going to leave it open to fulfill our last wishes. For
okay,
instance,
yeah,
we had the chance to play Lollapalooza in Brazil for the first
oh
time,
yeah,
which a festival is not matter, but we played. We went
yeah.
to Iceland for the first time.
Oh,
So we
okay,
need time to go to places and to fulfill all the possibilities, right? So every album that Sepultura puts out, we take 3 years touring the world. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
if you see the history, that's
yeah,
our rhythm
yeah,
because we go everywhere. We've been
yeah.
to more than 80 countries and we go
Wow,
far and it takes time. So why rush? Why run? I mean, there's
yeah,
no reason that we
yeah,
announce in a day and in a year we have to stop just because people think the farewell has to stop in a certain time.
yeah.
I
Okay,
mean,
okay.
and we leave it open because we live the moment, we live the
Oh,
present.
carpe diem,
And
carpe diem.
it turned out the possibility to record an album.
Mm,
We did the
mm.
70,000 tons of metal last year,
Ah, yeah,
which is the
yeah,
cruise metal from
yeah.
Miami to Jamaica and then
Okay,
Jamaica to Miami. And
okay.
then we make the best of the situation. We went to the Criteria Studios in Miami to record 4 songs.
Yeah.
I have a few ideas. I always have
Ah,
demos and ideas floating around.
yeah,
And Greyson came into the band like
yeah.
2 years
Drums.
ago, and he
Ouais.
brought like a new perspective, a new energy, new frequencies to the band that it was great. I mean, the atmosphere was perfect for us to work. We went into the studio. We
Okay,
didn't have a release date. We didn't have a name for the album. We
okay.
didn't have even a name for the songs. I mean, the song "Sacred Books," the number three
Yeah,
song,
yeah, yeah.
we wrote in the studio. Like jamming together, me and Grayson and stuff, and we did it in the
Ah,
studio. So it's
okay.
very spontaneous. It's an album that it doesn't have any attachment to any strategy or marketing or whatever you want to call. It just
Mm,
happened. And it's great in this third year of our farewell tour to have a
yeah,
new element.
yeah.
To have new songs. We have 4 new songs, which we will play live. On
Okay.
this upcoming tour and stuff,
Yeah,
which
the
is great.
place, new single, the
Yeah,
place.
of course, yes, that we will play,
Okay.
and
And you're
so we
not
can be
frustrated.
having the
You're
best
not,
time of our time.
and you're not frustrated because if there is new blood, new ideas coming, maybe yes, like you say, not to stop now, but just an EP. You have a lot of tons of ideas, and
Yeah,
you could
just
make
an
an
EP
album,
because we think
an album.
because the pressure of doing an
Yeah,
album is totally different. It's
yeah,
totally
okay,
different. It's
yeah,
another story. We
yeah,
have an EP. The format really fits wherever we felt at the time.
yeah,
Why we have to do an album?
yeah,
There's no
yeah,
law or no thing that
yeah,
has obliged us to do something like that. So we made the best of what we had in our hands, the
yeah,
elements of the present. We
yeah,
were in Miami. We have a few ideas. We went to the studio for 10 days
New
and
drummer.
we did it.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then a year later now, everything is ready to release. We put out the first single, and in April is coming out the whole full EP, you know? So
Okay.
it's great. I mean, it's something that
Okay.
it was really spontaneous, you know? You
Yeah.
don't, it's kind of crazy, like,
Okay.
of course you have some planning, you have some ideas, but you have to
A
let
big bang.
room
Yeah.
for
A big-
the you know, to improvise as well, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Carpe diem, I will say.
Of course, yes, every day.
Totally. Okay, okay. I like the Place song. It's the last track of the EP. I'm going to show the artwork. I find it more progressive, especially the beginning, and dissonant riffs. And after it's more heavy. It's heavier, but I was a bit not surprised, but maybe in the vein of the Mediator, a bit. Maybe could we say it? Maybe in this last track of the EP, more progressive opening. But it's the last track of the EP.
Could be. I mean,
You like to
you're free
experiment?
to call whatever you want. I mean, I don't care too much about those terms. I mean,
Yeah.
this is a riff that I have
You mind?
for a while already. 2 or 3 years ago, I wrote this riff, and in my computer I have a lot of demos.
Okay.
You know, sometimes I sit down and I write something without thinking. And
Okay.
this riff came out like that, you know.
Very
And then
fluid.
I pick up this riff and then worked into a song together with the band, together with Derrick and Paulo, with lyrics and everything. But the riff itself came in a whole different situation. I don't
Okay.
even remember when, you
Yeah.
know, if I was hungry or if it was pissed off or not. It just came. It's one of the afternoons that I sit down here, you know, and pick up
Okay.
my guitar and try things with
Okay.
effects, with the distortion, with clean
Yeah.
guitar, and you know, just try things, you know, just put it out. And then with the purpose of writing an album, that riff made sense to start something, and we did it, you know.
Okay. I find this track very fluid. I don't know if you understand. Very fluid. Fluid.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
definitely, yeah. Fluid.
Okay. Alors, there are the tracks on the EP. The first track, it's very, very catchy in your face. I can see the artwork behind that. We are going to speak about the title. But no, let's speak about the title. So the title is The Cloud of Unknowing. And you can see a man in a hill of sand in the desert, maybe, something like that. And he comes from dust and he come back from dust to dust, like we can say. I mean, because you can see a skeleton dead. So is it a metaphor about end of an era, end of something, death?
Could be. I mean, you have a beautiful interpretation of it. You know, that's the beauty of art. You know, that you're very free.
Yeah.
This is came inspired the artist Coran Brownlee.
Okay.
Really an amazing guy who captured the whole spirit of the name of the album, The Cloud of Unknowing.
Okay.
Which is it's a name that was a Christian movement back in the 1400s.
Okay.
And I learned that with Alan Watts. Alan Watts have like a lot of different talks and stuff that he talks a lot about the Eastern philosophy, Indian and Buddhism and stuff. And the Cloud of Unknowing talks about we don't need any intermediates to connect straight to this energy, to nature, or to God, whatever you want to call this faith that you have on something bigger or something.
Yeah.
We don't need the structure of a church or a book or an artifact on your neck to connect to this thing. Today we have the screens, we have fake news, we have artificial intelligence.
Yeah, nowadays, yeah.
You know, creating images out of nowhere and stuff, and people believe this is reality. Instead of going to the beach to step on the water or to step on the sand to feel by yourself. You don't need the stuff in between. You know,
Okay.
you have your own way to connect straight to nature, to connect straight to this force, whatever you want to call, you know.
Yeah.
So that's what he talks about. You know, this is inspired by the Michelangelo, you know,
Ah,
touch the
yes, yeah,
man to
yeah.
God, you know. So the straight connection, you know, you don't need anyone in the mid between or anything in between, you know. But your
Okay.
interpretation is pretty cool as well, you know. So
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I have a lot of imagination, but yeah, but very nice artwork. And but the introduction of of the EP, not the album. So, you know, some fans are going to say, "Oh, an EP, you're a bit lazy. Not what not a full album." But you explained just before it. Okay. But yeah, the first track, it's very catchy, very fierce, very direct. All souls rising. With a bit keyboards and Beyond the Dream, very a bluesy ballad song, I would say, and with the
yeah.
voice of Derrick. And I know he can make a lot of things, but he's very impressive voice. But Beyond the Dream makes me think a bit the groove, you know, of the melody of Mama Said from Metallica on Load or Reload. A bit. Beyond the Dreams, it's a bluesy song. Yeah, like once again, I would say the end of something and a bit nostalgic or sadness, melancholy feeling.
I don't say melancholy. I think we are in a very good spirits. I mean, it's a great farewell.
Yeah.
We are very happy, celebrating.
Okay.
There's no reason to be sad or to be
Okay.
nostalgic about
Okay.
because we are very thankful for everything that happened in our life. And Beyond the Dream talks about that, you know,
Yeah.
our life, our biography, our life on the road, our families, our friends,
Yeah.
all the changes in technology, all the tours we made, all the
Yeah.
momentums that went through this life of musician in Sepultura, you know.
Mm.
And it is an attempt really to make a ballad.
Yeah.
I think we always try to do that, and I think we finally achieved something really cool.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
very happy with the song,
Oh yeah.
and we have two writers that came from the band Titans. That
Ah.
the song that we did, Policia. So they
Okay.
are
Yeah.
our partners on the song. We have two
Ah.
guys, Tony Bellotto and Sergio Brito.
Yeah.
Actually, those two guys who wrote Policia, we wrote
Okay.
together the song. Me,
I
Derrick,
remember. Yeah.
and them.
Policia.
You
Yeah.
know, so.
Yeah. Okay.
Looking out the blurry window, wondering how we got this far, believing how we feel the nightfall. The future was never so clear.
So
Okay.
it's cool.
Okay. Do you know how many EPs Sepultura released totally in total?
EPs, I don't know.
13. 13. Do you think it's a good number or bad number? Cheers.
13 is an
13
amazing
EPs.
number.
13.
All the numbers are amazing.
Yeah.
Everyone has a contest, you know.
Yeah.
That's why they are different. Otherwise, we have only one number, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Alors, so now some questions by the fans
Okay.
to you, Andreas, French fans especially from Metal Ops. So is it true that you are going? I know you make a lot of things. You are a creator, an artist, complete artist. You released acoustic guitar albums. More folk. You make a music soundtrack for a video in TV series in Brazil in Portuguese. I don't remember exactly the name in Portuguese. You can say maybe.
Dupla identidade.
We can find it on Netflix in France, for example, or something like that. No.
I don't know. I have no idea. I
Okay.
don't know how
It's a polar. It's a thriller series. It's a thriller series.
Yeah. It's a thriller. It's like
Brazil?
a detective type of dark
Okay.
police, you know, story. It's pretty cool.
And you make the TV series. And there is a fan, French fan, Ben Chaos BC. Chaos BC. Andreas, please, is it true that you are going to record a reggae album? And if yes, when and how can we listen to it, get it?
No, this is another inside joke, actually. Me and Derrick, we have a name even for the band, for me and him. We
A side
love
project.
reggae.
A side project.
Yeah, like a side project that we never really made through.
Yeah.
But who knows? I mean, if we have some more time in the future, we could get together and do something like that because we love reggae. Derrick
Okay.
showed me a lot of stuff that I never heard before regarding the reggae world, and I love Bob Marley, of course, and it's even Sepultura did a Bob Marley cover on Roots for the song War, which is
Yeah.
yeah, it's a bonus track. Yeah, so reggae was always a part, of the music. I listen, together with the other styles and stuff. So who knows? But nothing planned for now.
Yeah. Okay. It exists, reggae metal. We have some artists on Metal Ops TV, reggae metal. It exists.
Yeah,
Some
Bad
bands.
Brains, I think. Bad Brains brought the reggae
they
and
already.
hardcore. It's a fantastic mixture,
Exactly.
It's
Yeah,
fantastic.
you're right. Other questions from Fabien Patrice, French guy. Andreas, how was the first show, not the rehearsal, the first show with Derrick Green when you arrived in the band on Against album? The first show you make with Sepultura with Derrick. Do you remember?
Yeah, it was very
1998.
intense.
7.
It was 1998. We did at the House of Blues in Los Angeles,
Yeah.
and we called ourselves Troops of Doom.
Yeah.
It was like a kind of a test, like
Yeah, of
we had a
course.
lot of friends in the crowd. Ross Robinson was there, I remember, and some other friends, and was very. I mean, I don't have too much recollection of the
Yeah.
show itself, but I think we felt great after,
Okay.
It was a new chapter, was very, Roots was still very fresh, Max
Yeah.
was just,
Yeah.
and
Roots.
Max already put out like So Fly and stuff, and we were working with Derrick, yeah.
Dedicate
So
sign.
it was great. It was great.
It's you who sign, no? It's you who sign.
Let me put my.
With the glasses.
Yeah, that's me.
Other ones, I'm not going to show it. I wanted to know, no new question, but I'm not going to make all the history. We don't have time. But I remember the nice photo of this. For me, it was like, I don't know if you know National Geographic.
Oh yeah, of course.
It's a magazine. And at this time, I didn't know what I have in the end. When I listen I listen and I look all the photos. For me, it was a. Which souvenir do you keep of that experience in Brazil in a way? And are you still in touch with the Indians tribe, these Indian tribes? Because I remember on Kaosadi it was another Kaiwas, it was dedicated to another tribes, but they died.
Yeah.
They make a suicide,
Yeah.
collective suicide. But on this tribe, it's on this album Roots. Are you still in touch with them?
Yeah, Chavans are still on. Yeah, they're still working.
You help them?
A long time I don't have a straight contact with them. Between Roots and now, sometimes we talk to each other. They were a part of the first big show that Derrick did here in Brazil. They came to the stage and that was in 1999, I think, that when Derrick came, and we did a big show with Jason Newsted, with Mike Patton and stuff. It was a big show, a benefit concert, including with Carlinhos Brown and stuff, and was like our presentation. The Derrick to the world and stuff.
Okay.
So and Chavant's tribe was there with us, and I know Igor did recently here in Brazil work with them.
Okay.
Yeah, artwork in an exposition here, like an art exposition here in Sao Paulo.
And for that, honestly, there is a bit marketing maybe, but did you pass times with them on the tribes in the forest, some few days to record acoustic
Like 2 days,
parts
2
and
days.
percussions? Okay.
2 days.
Not too much mosquitoes on serpents?
Yeah, a lot of mosquitoes and a lot of stuff that we've never seen before. It was like an amazing experience, man. It was fantastic.
Okay.
It gave a whole new perspective of time and society, and it was great, man. It was really was so respectful, and we spent there recording and repeating stuff.
Yeah.
You know, they were very patient, and it worked out so great. It was amazing memories.
A question from Dave, a colleague of the team of Metal Ops, for you, Andreas. And after I stop the question of the fans, do you remember your show when you replaced? I remember me when you replaced, and you talked to me at this time. You replaced Scott Ian from Anthrax on tour, and especially in France at Amnéville Festival in the east of France. I think it was in 2010 or 11 with Anthrax. You make the Joker of Scott Ian on guitar.
2012, I think.
Or 12 maybe,
Yeah. So
you
12,
remember?
I think. Oh yeah, of course I remember. It was amazing. It was such a great adventure, you know, because of course Scott Ian called me
was
like
father
6 months
because
in advance.
because he's going to be father, if I'm right.
A father, yeah, and his kid was born at the same time, and so he called me. I played 5 Big Four shows. That was amazing. I jammed with the guys from Metallica and Slayer and Megadeth, and besides those big festivals, we did like headline gigs in different places.
And for the Big
2
Four,
weeks.
for the Big Four,
for the Big Four, yeah, and plus some headline Anthrax shows in Switzerland and other places. So it was great, man. I mean, Anthrax it's part of my DNA as well.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
they're one of my masters, my teachers. You know, listening to, especially Spreading the Disease. I mean, that album was really, really important for me at the time that came out. You know,
with
my
thrash
life and
groove elements.
thrash metal, yeah.
You have a sticker maybe of
wonderful,
Anthrax of you, one of your electric guitar. You have a sticker of Red Hot Chili Peppers and maybe Anthrax, maybe. Or Biohazard.
Yeah, I have the tattoo as well here.
Okay. They are working on the new stuff, you know, Anthrax.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And okay, we say hello to Anthrax. Okay, you remember that. Okay, look, I have a photo. For me, it's more personal souvenir, but I'm not nostalgic. But it was in France, in Blois city, in the tour bus. With me in the tour bus in France, very quiet. And I remember, and at this time, you talked to me about this replacement of Scott Cat Anthrax. But it was a French date for Sepultura. And I remember because Paulo, with you in the tour bus, and your manager were totally afraid when I saw. I bring all my CDs to dedicate with mini CD of I don't have it of Chaos AD, etc. And you take time to sign you and Paulo, etc. And me, all stuff. Okay. Alors, so cool, I don't know some message now from French artists quickly from French artists because so do you know? I think you know Franky Costanza. He played in France. Franky Costanza, a drummer. A French drummer, he plays in Les Tambours du Bronx. You made the live album. Yeah. And he plays now as current drummer of, in the past he played in DAGOBA, and now he plays in Tambours du Bronx. You
Amazing.
Make a live show in Brazil with them.
Oh yeah, that was a fantastic experience,
big Rock in Rio? No, it was Rock in Rio.
Yes, Rock in Rio, yeah.
Frank has a message for you because he can't be here. He said he thank you for you to you. He thank you for you to be kind, for your kindness and to be a friend on the tour with European tour with In Flames, Sepultura and DAGOBA, his former band, in 2006. Oh, yeah. In 2006, I think I saw you, and he kept an unforgotten, memory. And for him, it was very inspiring and educational. He learned a lot. With you and on this tour. And he thank you also for your participation for the last album of Tambours du Bronx, because you played a solo, a guitar lead on the track Chaos. So he said congratulations and thank you, the artist.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you. I really appreciate the message. Dagoba,
I
really
translate
good,
live.
friends. Yeah, it was a great tour with In Flames. It was a fantastic time.
For
Roy
Rollback,
Mayorga was
for
our
Rollback
drummer
album,
during those time.
it was
Rollback. No,
yeah,
that was
Rollback. And the EP
that was
also.
Dante,
Revolutions.
I think. I think
Oh,
that was
Dante, yeah. All right,
Yeah, Dante 21st.
Okay.
And Tambor du Bronx is an amazing group, man. We did the Rock in Rio show and the DVD, we did Wacken as well together with them.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic, man.
And at every show they play Refuse, Resist and Roots Body Roots live. I saw them last year. Okay.
Nice.
And you have a hello from Stéphane Buriez from Loud Blast. You know Loud Blast, French band.
Yeah, of course.
He can't be here. He's in the train, so he can't join me. But you have a common point on this album and also Beneath the Remains. When you arrived for the album Schizophrenia, but on Beneath the Remains and Arise, you worked with Scott Morris with Scott Burns in Florida. Like Loud Blast, when they recorded the Disincarnate album for them, it was the American Dream at the early 90s. So Stéphane, say hello and bye bye, but to you.
Thank you, Stéphane. Abraço do Brasil.
Okay. I'm going to let you. Very last question, and I will let the last word. What is going to miss you? Maybe about life on tour. For example, Sodom, Tom Angelo Reaper is going to stop to tour, but continue to record music. So Tom Araya couldn't. He has problems of back. He is fed up to tour. What is going to miss you with Sepultura after? And what are your plans? Excuse me.
I'm not going to stop, of course, doing music. I have so many ideas, but I didn't decide yet where to go. I still want to enjoy the moment, enjoy the tour, enjoy the very last run that we have this year. But I have many possibilities, maybe do another album myself or try something different. I want to explore different worlds, I'm going more to the art world, like painting and mixing music with colors and stuff, and it's interesting, to try to go to different places. I don't want to find another world that is the same as Sepultura. I already in Sepultura, so and study. I like to absorb more ideas and to be aware of new possibilities and see what happens. But now I'm very focused on what we're doing today and enjoy the tour.
Okay, and like Tom Araya, you want to be more close to your family?
Of course, yes. That's always great.
Enjoy
Definitely.
more. Yeah. Okay.
Definitely.
Okay, thank you, Obrigado, Andreas. I'll let you. Thank you very much, and sorry for my surprise. The guest couldn't be here.
That was great, man.
The message is
Thank
done.
you so much.
Thank you very much. Take care and congratulations for this nice EP. 4 tracks. I think it's better to be a good EP than sometimes, nowadays some bands release a big album, a lot of tracks, and sometimes it's not you. After 10 tracks, it's too much. Okay, and congratulations for all your career and all what you do, what you experiment in all you take risk in every album. You took risk. You didn't repeat yourself, and you are a great guitarist. You for everybody.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for your words, and see you soon.
Bye bye, Andreas. Take care.
Ciao.
Bye.
Valeu.
Ciao. See you.